to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
A large-scale protest was held at Freedom Park on June 28, organized by a coalition of left-leaning socio-political organizations to express solidarity with Palestinians amid the ongoing crisis in Gaza. The demonstrators raised the slogan "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free," and condemned the genocide being carried out by Israel. Students, youth, and civil society members from various backgrounds participated in the protest. The protesters called attention to the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and urged immediate international intervention to end the violence. One of the protesters, Aratrika, criticized the Israeli state, accusing it of committing war crimes by targeting civilian infrastructure such as schools and hospitals. She argued that Israel as a state had violated international law and the Geneva Conventions, and said that the recent retaliation by Iran in response to Israeli actions had shattered the long-standing perception of Israel and the United States as invincible powers. She stressed the need for global resistance against what she termed imperialist aggression. Another protester, Hanumesh, said the solution to the ongoing violence in Gaza, Palestine, Ukraine, and other conflict zones lies in unity among workers, farmers, and youth. He pointed out that people in the United States had long been protesting their government's foreign policies, often under banners such as "Not in our name" and "No blood for oil." According to him, such movements demonstrated the power of public pressure in influencing government actions, and he emphasized the importance of sustained democratic struggles to bring about change. Ashfaq, another protester, described the Israeli military operations in Gaza not as warfare but as genocide. He highlighted the deliberate targeting of civilians and the denial of essential resources like food and medical aid, calling it an assault on humanity itself. He urged people to raise their voices in support of Palestine, warning that silence in the face of such atrocities could eventually lead to similar crises elsewhere. Maulana Asif Khan echoed these concerns, characterizing the Israeli strikes on both Palestine and Iran as acts of terrorism. He said the recent Iran-Israel conflict had exposed the vulnerability of Israel's defense system and challenged the narrative of US-Israel military dominance. According to him, Iran's retaliatory actions forced a shift in the balance of power and led to calls for a ceasefire from the US. The protest concluded with a collective demand urging the Indian government to cut all diplomatic and economic ties with Israel. The organizers called on the international community to act urgently to end what they described as the ongoing genocide in Gaza and to uphold principles of justice and human rights.
Joined as an ordinary citizen to protest against the 2 years and ongoing genocide of Palestinian citizens, ordinary citizens, women, children, the handicapped, the elderly, and currently which has kind of deteriorated into to a level of degradation that is beyond what is basic humanity. A place that is being starved every day, a place where people are being poisoned with the aid that they're given, where people are being killed with aid as bait, and even more that I cannot even continue expressing. It is just inhumane, and I am here today not only to protest against what is happening outside, but to remind our own society that if we allow for such things to happen somewhere in the world, then today's reality in Gaza is tomorrow's reality in our own nation. And it is basic humanity that we stand for somebody else in their deepest, most, how do I express it, their most basic requirement that they need. That is not only, forget that we are not allowing them to live. We are not allowing them to have their dignity even through war, even through genocide. We are not allowing them to have the dignity for a proper cremation or a funeral. We are not having them to have the dignity of food if they are trying to survive every day. We are not allowing them to have the dignity for hospitals or aid or sanitation, anything. We are looking at the collapse of humanity as it is, and tomorrow this is our reality if we don't have a conscience.
Solution is we cannot trust the imperialists or the government which is running for the imperialists. The common people, the workers, peasants, youth, women all should unite, and we should force upon peace on the imperialists. It should be militant peace movement. When we unite common people and raise voice for peace, as of so we saw in America, lakhs of Americans, common citizens, they were on streets fighting against their own government. Against their own government, they raised the slogan, "Not in our name." No blood for oil. Down with American war mechanism. This was their slogans. And finally, the government, the American US imperialist government, they had to bow down, they had to declare ceasefire. Behind the ceasefire, people's protest and their pressure that has acted. That is what we, the Indians, should also do.